På verdensbasis så finns det 200.
Worldwide, there are approximately 285 million people who are either blind or whose vision is severely impaired. This game can be easily played by both the blind and people who can see. The only difference is that one player uses his fingers and the other his eyes. From a competitive point of view, I don't see any problem with blind people playing this game. Normally the person able to see would have an advantage over the blind person because of his being able to assess, through looking, the gaming situation much easier. Here, however, the blind person is able to assess the situation just as easily by feeling how the game progresses, thereby reducing this advantage that the person who can see has, when compared against a game such as chess. For me, this game reminds me of a form of chess with which I am familiar. You have to think more strategically than, for instance, when playing ladder games or games involving dice where the roll of the die dictates the course of a game. In this game, you have to use your strategic capabilities in a different way, and as it is not so complicated, it is also better suited for children than chess would be. I am very much convinced that children even younger than 6 years of age would be able to play and master this game. Playing board games together is very popular and important for social cohesion. There are very few games available for blind people that can be played either alone or together with other players. But I find it is very important that such a game exists where the blind are able to play together with the people that can see. You can get this game out on the spur of the moment and play it in a small group or even in a more organized setting such as a regular gaming session. When traveling, for example in Cuba, you see people everywhere playing dominoes. There are all sorts of different board games and they are very widespread. I think that the blind and those that can see achieve a greater understanding for each other if the circumstances under which they meet are similar. It is one thing to sit and play a game where the initial conditions are the same for all of the players, but games also have a socializing effect, whereby at the end of the game the players discuss the course of the game and which player could have done what differently. Those are the moments when you get to know each other and gain a better understanding of the other person's situation.
I Norge så har vi hatt det vi kaller for familiesammenkomster.
In Norway, we have family get-togethers and summer festivals in our centres for the blind. In the evenings, it is quite common for people to get out cards and other board games to play. I think it is a natural inbred instinct for people to play games. Playing games together and competing against one another is a good thing, and games are a form of competition. This game encourages its participants to think in a competitive and strategic manner. The good thing about this game is that it stimulates the competitive instinct. It is a good thing in life if the blind are forced to compete. Usually blind people do not have such possibilities to compete because others tend to solve their problems and provide solutions for them. Blind people need a stimulating competitive instinct and mentality so that they can socially develop. This has a positive influence on their educational training and when later looking for employment. Having access to games and being able to play them on a level playing field with others also has a good influence on the individual.
At man fullstendig likestilt, så tror jeg også at det gir noe svært positivt.